I'm Allan Richardson, and together with my wife Sonia, we farm Avalon. We produce world-class lamb, beef, wool and sheep genetics. We started the organic journey 21 years ago, and during that time we've incorporated parts of holistic management and latterly also regenerative agriculture, and it seems to work really well. Not only are we increasing our production, but we're reducing our input costs at the same time. Come along with me and let's see some of the special things that we're doing at Avalon. For some farmers, organics is not on their shopping list, but I think regenerative agriculture is, and what we've got here are farm systems where I think that we can take farmers on board and give them the farm systems that are successful, are productive, they won't lose production, they can still use some of their sprays which are important to them, but still produce a quality product at the other end. Utilising Avalon Genetics, which we know can perform under a low or a nil chemical input, we can guarantee a quality product for the consumer at the other end, one that's had the highest animal welfare standards and the lowest chemical input.
G'day, I'm Scott Walker. I'm an equity partner in the business here at Avalon. Been here since 2017.
Hi, I'm Sonia and I'm married to Allan, and we farm together here at Avalon Genetics. I'm originally from Tauranga, a city chick with a nursing background, but I play an important role on the farm as the general dog's body pretty much, and yeah, do a lot of work with my dog, and that's my passion. That's what I love doing.
As part of our regenerative agricultural bent, the last 3 years we've been saying multi-species crops and for winter and for summer production. This here's a winter one. We've got about 15 different species here and they all seem to work really well together. The big thing is you're not getting the weeds competition because all these plants are working together and they're keeping the weeds at bay. The exciting thing for me last year was that we actually put weight on some of our ewe hoggets last year over the winter period, which is a time when we're only trying to maintain them. Some of these paddocks are giving us the potential to actually put weight on them, which is fantastic. The other thing, coming into the spring, we haven't got bare ground, which weeds love, and we're getting the regrowth from the rye corn, the clover, but a plantain coming through, so we haven't got bare ground, and from that we've got enough seed population to keep a permanent pasture going for the following year. So we're cutting down on working ground costs and getting a good crop in that second year as well. So how good is this for a sheep, for a lambs to come in here, graze this before they go off to slaughter? The condition, the succulency of the meat, the tenderness when you're eating fresh garden peas like this. Superb. So what does it take to produce a world-class quality product of lamb, beef or wool products? At Avalon we believe it starts in the soil, having a live bioactive soil full of the right soil biology. On top of that, multi-species crops and pastures with the right balance and diversity for animals to graze. We don't want a monoculture ryegrass or clover pasture. We want 10 to 15 different species that the animals get to choose which ones they want to graze at each time of the year. The genetics are really important. Animals that can grow without constant chemical drenching. We want animals that can produce under a zero or a low chemical input. And finally, that low stress environment. Animals being allowed to do their natural things, natural behaviour, fresh water, shade and shelter, the absolute highest animal welfare standards in the world, with our ultimate no tail docking, left entire. We're not touching these lambs. We've got a very low stress lifestyle. They live out their days in luxury here at Avalon. So one of the techniques that we've picked up over the last few years involving regenerative agriculture is trying to keep our covers higher but still keep them vegetative. This paddock's a great example, and as you walk on here it feels like you're walking on carpet. There's a lot of sponge there. Any of the pasture that the animals aren't eating is getting trampled into the ground, and that becomes food for the biology, for your fungi and your bacteria in the soil. because we've got to feed them too. There's as much livestock in the soil as there is on top. So we're feeding that, and then you get this tremendous regrowth and beautiful diverse pasture coming back through, which is what we're seeing here. And if we look at the soil, then we see the secrets of that success. Extremely dry just now, but even though it's dry, it's crumbling in your hands. All the roots through there. There's not too many worms in there because it's so dry. The worms go down deep when it's dry, and you can see that the whiteness in there is the fungi that's spread through that. So that's a really healthy soil. Smells beautiful from a soil point of view, and there'll be teeming with biology. If you can see plenty of earthworms in the soil, it means there's a whole lot of fungi and bacteria and other organisms that are too small to see in there as well. So part of being a farmer, doesn't matter if you're organic or regenerative or conventional, is looking after our environment. And to be fair, some of us have probably failed going down that track. What's really important to us, among other things, is maintaining our water quality. We measure our water quality on an annual basis at key points, and for me, the real measure of water quality is being able to drink the water that runs through our farms, and hopefully it, when it leaves this property, it's actually in a better condition than when it started. Good stuff. So one of the important things in organic farming or regenerative farming is having biodiversity, not just in our plants and our crops, but also our animals. Cattle are an important part at Avalon here, helping to break that parasite challenge between the sheep and the cattle. And I suppose that having them together, they help graze the pastures differently, and it gives us a much more even quality coming out the other end. The other thing that we're doing at Avalon is moving towards full traceability. So EID tags in calves and lambs after birth, and being able to record all their treatments and weights and all those things which happen to the animals during their life. That way the consumer, when they buy that lamb or beef, they can really know for sure that we've got integrity and that those animals are what we say they are.